All right. Well, I think yeah, we've got everyone here. So yeah. So for just a pretty standard Q&A, we can we can go. We'll start off by just going over some things that we're working on, and then afterwards, people can drop questions in the flight deck chat, raise their hand, and then come up onto the stage, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to open up with what we've been working on for the past week, as we get ready for dropping the announcement with everything we've been working on.
Yeah, you want to go over it bit by bit, or wait till some people start coming in so we're not repeating ourselves? Maybe give somebody something they can read first. Maybe drop the graphic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need feedback on the graphic. No, wait, just a little. Sorry. I was
I'm
like,
gonna
when we drop this graphic tonight? That's what tomorrow,
wait.
right?
Wait, what was that name?
No, I was just talking about the last minute edits that may or may not have been.
Worst case scenario, what I'll do is in post, if you have more edits of the image, I'll I'll replace it. I'll replace it with another one, with the other one.
Yeah, I think it's into that then.
I'm not sure if is it just me, or are you having problems here on Nate, Roger?
Nate's a bit quiet and kind of choppy every now and again, but
Okay, is this better?
You kind of got the Charlie Brown teacher effect going on to me.
All right, I got an idea.
Mm-mm. I think you said, "Is that better?" But I just.
Okay, I'm not using Bluetooth or anything, so that's
That's better. That's better.
yeah,
I understood. I'm not using Bluetooth or anything, and it was clear.
okay. Maybe it's my connection. I
No,
cannot.
no, no.
All right, let me go grab Bluetooth.
It's the Charlie Brown thing again. Let me put my headphones on and see if that makes a difference for me. Give me 1 second. You want to try talking for me real quick, Nate? Hello?
yeah. I'm not hearing Nate either.
I got you loud and clear, Roger, so. Nate is gone. He has been voted off of Exile Island. The tribe has spoken.
All right, I have the. All right, so announcement will be. So if everyone keeps their eyes on announcement, there'll be a bit of an announcement there, which is just to go over the kind of the key points of what we've been working on, what we're planning on going in, and then we can dig into that a little bit more. We can dig into that a little bit more, concisely with everyone here, and then we'll keep going. We have a Medium article we'll be dropping as well, and then we'll go from there. Oh my goodness! And it did that thing it does where it added that person named Eve.
Damn. Well, I got everyone. I didn't everyone below that, so maybe mine will be in there.
Every time.
Try to invite Nate back up here. Let's see if this works. Nate.
Oh, we're about my.
You're still pretty garbled.
All right, let's see if the Bluetooth is better.
That was very clear.
That was a little bit clear.
Okay, maybe I was just too close. Good.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. I'm a Bluetooth. So yeah.
Right.
Oh.
One-time
Okay,
Bluetooth
so
hyper.
jumping into what Roger just posted, we have a graphic here that kind of gives you guys what we're calling the NOT roadmap, which is just a non-linear way to show all of the things that are currently in flux. One of the big goals right now is not necessarily to be on a stepping stone path, and more just be in a state of constant delivery on all of the things that you see on that graphic. So we're not really looking at like what's going to happen down the road. We're looking at what's happening now and what's being delivered now. That's why we're really excited to offer the NOT roadmap as an alternative to a lot of the repetitious roadmaps that we're seeing out there in the roadmap 2.0s and a roadmap 3.0s, which are fun. They're fun, and I think there's a lot of good, well executed ones. But for us and for a team that has a lot of capability to have a lot of high output stuff, it makes more sense for us to be almost um, just anti roadmap. So we have the not roadmap, and you guys can go ahead and check that out. And Roger and Nate, you can kind of chime in after me. And let me preface real quick: I'm pretty sick right now, guys. So if I sound like shit, it's because I feel like shit. So I'm trying my best to just push through. But I'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm also incredibly excited about what we have working and how many things we'll be having in operations at once. The big thing that very keen on us getting started quickly is having the public Asana board up for everyone to be able to see. I think with the amount of things we want to get started on all at once, having that Asana board up in place, and everyone being able to check where we are at in the development process for the various things we'll be working on is going to be incredibly helpful and useful, especially for the community because when we're building out like the democratization of everything, building out the kind of building out the systems for the short form content to go alongside the full animation and the merch and everything else, having somewhere where everyone can look and see where all of these different pipelines are, where they're at, and how they're progressing is going to be super helpful, especially when people are wanting to talk about what's happening with the project, what's going on with the project, and where we're going and what we're doing. Having that central spot where they can see that and work with that directly, I think is going to be an incredibly powerful tool.
And to let you guys know what an Asana board is, to anybody that doesn't know, it's a task management system. And it's really simple GUI, but it's very powerful in the fact that it just gives you a very quick view as to what's going on. It's called a Kanban style. So we'll have a public-facing one that has all of our initiatives. You'll see all the comms from the team, and you'll see how things are progressing from column to column through various stages of completion and release. So it'll be pretty exciting. I think there might have been other projects that do have forward-facing project management boards. We're not really attempting to blaze any paths of originality there, but for us, like this is just something that suits our working style because we're always working on a project, and we want you all to see that.
Yeah, and another thing I think is going to be really nice and something that is going to really complement the everything else that's happening is the shifting towards a lot of our focus between the three of us and the rest of the Rug team on getting that short form content created, making a lot of much more concise and smaller pieces of content that we can be sharing with not just within the Space Poggers community but wider, and using that to kind of pivot into producing content to place on things like TikTok, Instagram, and working with the community and working, putting in place initiatives where we're not just making stuff and then releasing it and everyone's taking it in, but looking at the integrations with the community for the development and the production of this so that the community will be able to play a part as we're making these pieces of content, which we'll be putting out on different platforms.
I'm not much of a productivity guy, but it sounds cool to me, and I like the idea of sharing. Can we also put in like why I didn't get a drawing done, I could just put down the board and be like, I fell down the wall.
I did a thing. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and that's the point, like, is to show everything that's getting done. Because I know you do shit all the time, Nate. Like, you're always drawing. You're always like, there's always a conversation going on. But the people who don't see these conversations and don't see our group chats and don't see everything that we have going on, the assumption would be like, oh, there's nothing going on. There couldn't be anything further from the truth with Poggers. I would say at this point in history, there's more going on in Poggers than there ever has been.
Yeah, it might be one of those situations where like it's going to be a little quiet at the start because we're getting all the pieces in place, but then it's going to be more of a, I wouldn't say explosion, but there'll be some constant news, one thing or another.
Yeah, and that's what
I give that to it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's where I think that Asana board in particular is going to be very helpful, especially with like the animation and merch and well everything else that's in production. It's gonna really make it clear where work is being done and what's being done and when, and make it so that it's not something that people are having to seek out and find and like ask questions for and having to wait for a Q&A session or an AMA or something to figure out what's being done and where, but being able to access it directly.
I think moving on to the next point at democratization is kind of a good jump off there, because we're giving you transparency. The goal is to also put a lot of the creative decision making power back in the community's hands, and some decisions that go beyond the creative process, community management, community initiatives, charitable outreach, charitable giving. Those are all things that we hope to democratize with the release of. I guess I could just. There's not enough people on here. We're too concerned. We'll have a governance token being released. It's already out there. You guys know what the governance token is. That is going to be pulled off in a way that's very true to Poggers. We haven't been slow to start at all for this, but our goal going into it was to make sure that we had something to do with MSG that was true to the brand, that wasn't just a reach or a game or just some bullshit fad or something like that, that we actually had integrity to the original vision of the project, and there's 13 tribes of individual projects going on inside of one project. So with that, the way that we are going to be rolling out this governance system and this democratization system is very true to the brand. It's very bespoke. It hasn't been done in other projects before. It really takes advantage of all of the tech that we have available and all of the community and lore and just the ideas that you've built up around Space Poggers. It stays true to Nifty's original vision, that all of these Poggers, all the individual tribes had individuality and individual voices. And we're really, really excited to launch MSG in a really profound way, that we're hoping just really gives value back to the community, in the sense that now you have a solid voice and choice into anything creative that we're moving forward with. And I don't want to say anything, because there are going to be some things where we need to make sure that we're staying on a path and we're not getting lost in minutia. But as much as we can give the community power and choice, that's what the MSG system's going to be for. I'm personally really, really excited about this rollout. I love all the tech that we build, but this feels complete. Like, most of the tech that we build is like MVP, get it out, see what people think, and then improve on it. This is very, very well thought out technology, and I think everybody here should be very excited about what's to come with it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the first few use cases of it that we'll be providing the community, and I think a really good tie-in is that we'll be getting we'll be donating the 100,000 that we've committed to charity through that, and giving a lot of control of that direction to the community, so that once the voting system is in place and everything is set up for governance with the community, we'll be able to make that commitment and donate a pretty incredible amount of money to charity in one go.
Woo, giving. Yeah, that was my contribution. Giving.
Um, and then another thing to go through. And if people do have questions, I've got my eye on the flight deck chat so that I can catch any of the questions that you have as we're going through what we're working on. Um, then I think another thing that might be I think one thing that'll be really nice is the to go over would be the kind of integrating and through crossovers and stuff with all of the other projects that we have the ability to start integrating with and start doing kind of branching out the story and making it so that there's a wider universe that the poggers are in.
I'll let Nate kind of jump in on that one. That's one of my favorite parts, like getting all the storylines converge. But like Nate's willingness to kind of come to the table with that one is really exciting to me. So Nate, why don't you go off on that one?
Um, yeah, I think that's gonna be fun, just because like the rug verse. I'm not sure what we're calling that. Yeah, it's sort of expansive with all the projects that you've created and worked on. And some of them are in space too, and Space Poggers are in space. So hints. um, yeah, and I think it's just kind of like there's a lot of Space Poggers and there's a lot of stories you can tell with them, and I think I think good same goes for the other projects, and they can mingle in some expansive ways, thinking like extended storylines, not just like a main storyline that we follow in one little cast. I think we can go crazy on it.
I think to give you all an idea of the impact and what that means, a lot of the community sentiment has been built up on like the storyline of Poggers kind of stagnating after the animation gets released, and that's not what we think should happen at all. Like that was one of
Right.
the first things getting together was that like that's not the end of the story. That's just the beginning because there will obviously be more animated content, but interstitially being able to release either long form narrative like fiction. We've talked about just about every media type that we can release, like comic books, manga. Um, we've even talked about doing table reads and like theater type things, just to propel the storyline going because story is so important to this community. With us, with the Rug projects, we do the Book of Rug, which is the most narcissistic thing I've ever titled, actually, now that I think about it. I'm sorry, guys, about that one. But it's not all about me, it's about the projects
It's
and
about
how they
rugs,
get.
not rugs,
It's,
but rugs.
but it ties everything together, like all the different things. Like when our first one, we're seeing crossovers from all the properties, and Nate and I already know the convergence point where those universes kind of start like blending. So I can't wait till those little bits and pieces start coming out because that's the coolest thing. It's just like imagining. Like you don't get paid to imagine much in life, and we're I like this is cool. Like this is really really neat blending everything together. And probably my favorite thing I've done this year, not tech related, is just like thinking of cool stories to bring all these characters together.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun, and I can't wait to like. I think a lot of my energy has been focused on the animation, so I'm kind of like chomping at the bit to like get more hands-on time with the story writing part. I think that's gonna be fun because I like doing that. Yeah, because there's always like things where like, oh, it'd be really cool if we did this, and like right now we're in a position to like actually do those things.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it's gonna be super cool to see those tie-ins start. Just because there's so many that will be able to come, and just the amount of additional kind of content and storytelling we'll be able to do through that is going to be incredibly cool, just to say the very least. Um, the last big thing on here, and then we could just leave it to questions if people have any, or whatever else people want to discuss. Would be the idea towards kind of more collaborations and where we're going with that. So beyond kind of connecting the universes within the kind of Poggerverse and the Rugverse, like looking to do wider collaborations and kind of our ideas towards that and what we're thinking of, because it's not really thinking of doing like giveaway for giveaway kind of collaborations and stuff between projects, but a little more deeper. And I think Nate can speak better towards what he was thinking was kind of some of the ideas we could do for that.
Wait, which one's this?
Collaborations with other projects, so not
Oh
just.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I've been talking to some good people in the background. I was I was kind of thinking. I don't know. We have to figure out how it's gonna work, but we have some confirmations from artists that I'm sure a lot of people in this room already like, that they are interested. And that's all I can say until we build it out more and figure out how that program's gonna work. But I don't know. I think people are happy with those combinations, and that's all I can say.
Damn, damn.
Heck, well,
Come
excellent.
on, Nate. What
That's
about a
fine.
hint?
We'll talk more. We'll talk more before we say more.
He's like, something cool is coming, but that's all I could say. It's probably the coolest thing ever, but can't say anything.
I don't know.
But
Nobody's drawn anything.
I guess kind of generally, but like what people can expect is much more kind of like that artistic level collaborations and a lot of really
Exactly.
cool tie-ins like that, and things where Nate has a lot of really great artistic contacts and people that he can do really cool things with, and working on getting much more of those tied in because we haven't really done any up until now, and looking to kind of explore that is something that'll be incredibly fun.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool.
Is it people?
I wish I gave him one hug. I don't think that he did not give me an email address there.
All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Rug or Nate, if you have anything else you want to throw in, because I think that covered most of the points on that, just to give everyone an idea. But if people want to throw in questions, unless you guys have anything else you want to go over real quick before we do that.
No, no. I think we have some. Go ahead, Nate. I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say the exact same as you.
I think we got a bunch of cool shit out of the way. I think you guys should be excited about just about everything here. We did as best we could to not like hype things up. So like we made sure that we were in a build process with everything, that we have a realistic delivery date. So that's one of the reasons we're not road mapping like normal people would. These things are in a state of delivery. We're very excited about them. We wanted to be as responsible as we could about announcing them because it's big tech. And it's big stuff. It's not just big tech. It's like big stories and big collaborations and big movement somewhere where like we've really, really needed to see it. So, yeah, it's really exciting. Like this is a cool slate to be able to paint on, and it's a great team to just be able to work with. So this is awesome. I hope you guys really like the next coming weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, and in which case, yeah, we'll open it up to questions. So if there is specific questions, or it doesn't need to be specific questions. If there are any questions you guys want answered, throw them into the flight deck chat or raise your hand, and we'll answer those, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I have an answer to a very specific question. It was probably the spinach. For those who came in early.
I know I'm feeling bad. I'm the only person on the team who hasn't fallen ill.
Your time will come. Your time will come. Space Poggers operating at 50%, 100% of the time.
Well, I got something cool we could tell people. The customizer thing that's coming out, like the updates to that, we didn't put that in there. Should I tell them about that, or should I just just like mention it, then not say anything again?
I think at this point you gotta tell them.
So we have,
Yeah, thank you.
excuse me, I'm eating tater tots right now. Didn't realize I was going to think of something cool. We have, if you've seen the customizer as part of quantum metadata on the Poggers, it's the ability to go ahead and add Nate's overlays to the Poggers. One of the first things that we saw when we were demoing this to some select members of the community was they wanted just a little bit more. Like just let's add some more features to this. Let's not say like every single one gets something. So what we're doing is we're opening up quantum metadata to an almost 2.0 level where we're introducing new types of overlays. And those overlays are going to have, I think, 3 different designations. One's global, and that's the ones that are on there right now. Those are the ones that everybody's able to use. We have another that's token-based, And there might be 4 actually. There's another that's token based, and that's saying like Pogger number 420 gets a bong, but everybody else, nobody else gets it. So it's very specific that Pogger, it gets transferred with the Pogger. These are things like maybe in a contest somebody wins, like Nate can draw on their Pogger specifically, and you could toggle it on and off, or any number of things that we can do with that. We'll have trait-based customizations, which will be able to say any Pogger that has X trait can have this customization, and those will also move with the Pogger. So these aren't things that like get shorn off if you send them somewhere else. And the last thing, which is really cool for me, like the one thing that I think is the neatest, and you'll see with the rollout of the Nifty cookies, the finalized version of the Nifty cookies, is we are going to have a
They're
wallet.
delicious.
They're delicious. They're so fucking good. We're going to have a wallet-based custom, which looks for things inside of your wallet. In this instance, we'll say Nifty cookies, and if you have them in your wallet, it will display them on any Pogger that you have or anything within the on any Pogger, just to be able to show the cookies that you have in your wallet. So all of your Poggers will have the things that are within. It's so meta. It's so like deep and dense to try to explain, but it's so neat. And it's really because we shopped the concept of quantum metadata to your community, and your community immediately reached out with some amazing feedback that we were able to action into a whole system-wide upgrade of quantum metadata that Poggers are going to see first. So it's really freaking cool.
Sounds real cool. I think I missed some of those details before, and now I'm excited.
Not as cool as these tater tots, though. These tater tots are fucking sweet.
No, that's our goal. That's the roadmap equals tater tots.
We're gonna have to update the graphic again.
Tater tots. That's it. I think that's a 2025 goal there. The end of the Kanban.
Yep, Kendrick, Monday, Wednesday, Friday chapters get released.
When tots? Well, I guess it depends on the bucks. I think right now, for some of us right now.
When tots. Love it. Jeez.
All right, so I'm not seeing any questions, but I don't want to cut it too early. But if not, we've made if we don't have too many questions, then I will take it to mean that we were just incredibly clear. Oh, Kendrick says I missed what was said about TikTok. So that's part of we're gonna start trying to put out a lot more short form content to go alongside like these
Space Pogger Hype House. Space
I
Pogger
have
Hype
learned
House.
how to renegade.
Just 2 years too late. Got it.
Damn
But
it.
basically just we're
No,
gonna
we have ideas.
yeah, we've got some ideas for. We're going to try to start putting out a lot more shorter form content, which will be much more geared towards things like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. So it's going to be much shorter, much more concise, and have a lot of kind of community input in the process for that. Oh, and Alejandro, there'll be a recording up on the YouTube, so you will not be you won't be missing out. And then Kendrick. So for that, we're planning on having clips from the animation as well, but this would be separate lore and content based around the Poggers to roll out alongside it. So instead of just having everything tied to the long form animation, making sure that there's like story progression and content coming out before, during, and after, so that there's much more happening.
And Chief Medical Doctor Yu asks, will the remaining cookies be burnt cookies since they've been in the oven so long? They actually probably should, and that's pretty clever. I think that's pretty funny. I definitely chuckled when I saw that. But no, like they've taken long for, like, you guys know the reasons it's taken so long. Like there's serious reasons it's taken so long, and we're doing what we can to get those out, and they're going to be better than ever. So the sample cookies that we've seen in the finalized batch of everything, they look great. They look delicious. And we're just happy to be able to finish that one off.
I'll give you all a great bit of alpha in regards to the cookies. I may have bullied in Linzer cookies, so
Fancy.
you can all look forward to that.
And Girl Scout cookies.
What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie, Nate?
Thin mints for sure.
All right, I like you. Do you eat them
They're
frozen?
they're
Like, do you
they're,
put them
they're
in the
good for.
freezer first?
Oh yeah, frozen's great. Yeah, I'm like a cookie dunker, and those are like great because it's you can super control how much dunking is happening, like just by like how much you break the seal. If you catch my drift.
100%. I want. Is it Girl Scout cookie season yet? Like, I want Thin Mint cookies now. Are they doing that because of COVID? Like, is it? Can you?
I
That
remember
sounds
from last.
irresponsible.
I can't remember what was last year anymore, so I want to say I remember something last year, but that really could have been 2019. So.
Yeah, I'm overseas. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're still doing door to door stuff anymore. Like door to door like sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that was like pause last year, but I don't know. All right, we'll do another Q&A on that. We'll do our research and come back.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's happening with Girl Scout cookies to the not roadmap.
Well, if there's anybody in the server that has a kid that is doing online sales for Poggers, please put or for Poggers, goddammit, for cookies, please post them, and we will rack those sales up for you.
Yeah, and if
And
someone
find
will
out if they take ETH.
if someone will ship them overseas, I'll buy quite a few. And we'll just send them to their house. You can take a cut of the cookies.
You gonna do emo night after this, Rudder?
I'm all for an emo night after this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and we can continue the conversation to a degree there through via text if people have questions. Well, let's give everyone like 5 minutes or so to
No, we're not
for.
continuing anything. This is it. This is the last chance. We came in now. It's all emo night after this.
But yeah, so I know a few of you have come in towards the end here. So what we'll do is I'll be once we go over some more some more edits on the graphic. We'll have a Medium post outlining everything in a bit more detail. All of the things we'll be working on. We'll have once this ends, I'm going to immediately start getting this up and well exported and converted and exported to go up on YouTube. So then everyone who came in late can catch the earlier bits as well. And then that way, no matter how you want to, if you miss most of this, then no matter how you want to actually hear what we're working on and where things are at, you'll be able to hear it or learn it. Oh, Hendrik asked when live Smash Sesh stream. Well, it was supposed to be this weekend, but I was planning that with Rune, and then Rune's kid had the COVID scare, so I've got to replan that. Ideally, next weekend, because next weekend will be much less hectic for me as well.
Yeah, I think holidays are just smashing everything over here.
Tentative date for Saturday, if that works for most. If for most people who are playing Smash are good for Saturday, then I think I can cement Saturday for sure. But everything's set up on my end to actually stream it, so everyone can come and watch the game. Rune can do so. Okay, well then we'll say here some nice end of the Q&A alpha. We'll we'll do a Smash night on Saturday. We'll figure out a date leading up to it, but Saturday we'll be doing Smash.
And good timing for that scratch. see. Did anybody do holiday things for the American holiday?
We had a
Might have
we
happened.
just had we just did the our Thanksgiving lunch. Well, we did a Thanksgiving lunch today because it was a bit
Time
it was
zones. I get it.
it's no, it's more just because it's not exactly observed here in the UK, so it just wasn't weren't able to get it to happen. And then we were just busy on Saturday, and then so just had this. It's quite nice, nice lunch with the family.
Amazing.
Oh, do we want to just do emo night in here?
You know you want to sing.
Oh,
Am I too old for this song? What's going on?
Do you not know this song? What the what? What?
all right. I'm gonna convert this over to emo night. But thank you everyone for attending. Well, feel free to also stay through emo night as well. But I just want to thank everyone for coming in for the Q and A, and then I'm super excited for what we've got coming, and then yeah, feel free to throw questions in the flight deck chat, and we'll keep answering there. But for now, we'll be listening to some very depressing tunes.